In this tutorial, we're going to get into creating a game design and creating a character using the shape, the eraser, blob, and a bunch of other tools, a shape builder. So when I first get into this, basically we're going to kind of do something similar to this. So come up with a concept, try and create a character and maybe a logo for this. So I'm going to just jump into Illustrator and just create a new document. It really doesn't matter what size this is. And to start off, you may want to start with some basic shapes, maybe give it a color. So I'm going to kind of throw in just a simple color. You can use circles, rectangles, whatever you feel like using. I'm just going to do some simple stuff and just try and keep it basic. And some tools that might help you out. If you select an item and come over to this tool, the eraser tool, if you use the bracket keys, you can make it bigger or smaller. And before you use this tool, make sure it's selected. And then you can kind of use this almost as a sculpting type of tool. So you could kind of use this to kind of build something if you wanted to build your character that way. And everything. The other tool that is kind of cool that works kind of like it, the paint bucket or the paintbrush is good for lines, but if you want to do more fill in stuff, so I'm going to come down here and go to the blob, and I'm going to go ahead and just choose maybe a new color, and maybe, oops, that might turn that to a different color. I'm going to come over here and just kind of start to kind of draw these shapes. And this really works as a good kind of fill-in color tool. Bracket tool, once again, if I want to make that bigger or smaller, and kind of play with that. So now I've got this new shape, kind of throw that maybe on here, rotate it, and then change the color to whatever color I feel like changing it to. For eyeballs, I might just use some simple circles. That's probably the easiest way to do that, and piece that together. If I was going to do some hands or something, maybe I'll grab the rounded rectangle. I want to do some hands, so I'm going to go grab maybe a circle, and then if I zoom in a little bit, so click and drag, and then just kind of drag those out to make a simple hand. And then I want to use the same color as this right here. So if I select all that, press I, or just click on the eyedropper. And right now these are all different pieces, so it's kind of a pain to move it. So if I select them all, I can use this shape builder, which is right here, or if you press Shift M. And with this one, make sure you have it all selected first, and then you can kind of click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, and that makes it into a nice easy shape on there. So now I can just kind of select those pieces and kind of make this be part of my character, and you can kind of start to build that. So there's plenty of other ways to do that. But just kind of a simple way to create some characters for possibly a video game or whatever else you're trying to build. I guess another way would be you could also use the pen tool, and you could, if I was trying to create something like maybe a spaceship or something, you could kind of do something simple like that. And I'll just change the color real quick, and maybe I'll change this to red. So lots of options. Pick and choose what type of game you want, and then once you have your game, try and come up with a name for it. So I'm going to just grab the text tool, and if you just single click and just type out the name of your game, and if you don't know what it is yet, just type out game name. Maybe play some fonts to kind of change up some things. And then once you've kind of got that figured out, then you can kind of duplicate it, maybe make a simple logo out of that. So maybe I'll throw in a circle behind it, make it yellow, and then right mouse click, arrange and send it to the back. So, but yeah, that's the goal today, is just to kind of build a simple character for your game, and then also maybe come up with a name for your game.